Welcome, everyone. Oop, I'm already starting off knocking things over. Welcome. I'm missing something. Okay. Well, anyway, it was something I wanted to put on my arm. Oh, shoot. That's because I put it up there. Anyway, welcome to my channel. Welcome to this session. Amina Hextall Suma. I am the creator of STEAM, Soul Transforming Energy and Movement. And this session is called You're Ready. Finally. Now what? If this popped up on your recommended videos, you've finally closed out a cycle. Congrats. You're ready for what's next. So now what? I know that's what you're saying. So we're going to find out today. All right. Now, this was not supposed to be a 5-PAL reading. This was actually supposed to be a 3-PAL reading. However, because all my fortune cookies gathered up, and I made a little promise to myself, I don't know why, that once I accumulated a certain amount of fortune cookies, whatever reading I was doing next, they would be used. At the time of doing this, I had 5. So I said, 5 pals it is. That's my gong. It's a baby gong. I want to get me a big one. Accepting donations. Anyway, let's get into this. This is a 5-PAL reading, so there's a lot going on. It includes fortune cookies, it also includes dice, and it also includes runes. But I'm going to let you choose by the top card. Only because not knowing what the rune is, if you know it, it could sway your choice. If you don't know what it is, it won't matter. And the same goes for the dice. So we're just going to stick with the photo. And I will read the words. Sometimes I don't say the words, but I'm going to read the words. And that's how you can choose your PAL. So PAL 1 is Divine Talents. PAL 2 is Karmic Clearing. PAL 4 is An Invitation to Connect. Did I say 4? PAL 1, PAL 2, and PAL 3, An Invitation to Connect. PAL 4 is Life Path. And PAL 5 is Spiritual Service. If I didn't say PAL 4 before, blame it on my fatigue. I'm tired. Not tired, but tired. It's been a lot going on these past few weeks, but by the time y'all see this session, hopefully I'll be not so tired. Anyway, that's your 5 pals to choose from. Divine Talents, Karmic Clearing, An Invitation to Connect, Life Path, or Spiritual Service. And I do encourage you to choose more than one pal. If you feel called to, pick one that's your main and the other that is not pulling you as strongly. But if you are only drawn to one specifically, go with that. And on that note, I'll be back with PAL 1. Hey, PAL 1, welcome to your session. You were drawn to Divine Talents. I'm trying to think if I want to get an easel. I don't know if I'm going to have a lot of room. Let me just leave this here. All right. So I'm going to tell you first off. Well, no. This is last. I'm rushing ahead of myself. That's what I do. PAL 1. Y'all know if you usually pick PAL 1, you're the guinea pigs. Okay. So let's get into this. First, I'm going to ask for your guides to describe this new cycle that you're stepping into. And for that, I'm using the Transparent Oracle. Oops, let me move the fortune cookie. And the Star Tarot. For Transparent Oracle, I want the book. This oracle is deep. I want to make sure you get the full message as intended. All right, because this is giving me sun feelings, but this here is giving me some kind of star seed energy with this sacred symbol in the middle, like Metatron, Archangel, or something. But let's take a look. Opened right to it. Time of day is the sunset. It means closure, resolution, natural endings, romance, peace, and relaxation. That's the new cycle you're stepping into. Keywords again are closure, resolution, natural endings, romance, peace, and relaxation. Wow. Now, I'm trying to think. It says something about the direction. This card is west. The neighboring card, let's see what direction that is, because that has meaning. I just got this deck. Bear with me. Ah, it's the Magician. And it's an archetype. So what happens if this card is combined with an archetype? Below, when above, when appearing cards from the north, its own direction, south. Doesn't say when it's combined with the archetype. Wow. Well, it says when it appears in a reading, sunset speaks of a natural ending as part of a greater cycle, just as we know better than to panic as the sun vanishes from sight at the end of the day, so we know that for everything that ends, something new will rise to take its place. If there is any sadness in this event, it is the wistful remembrance of the day that has passed, but there is always the knowledge of more days to come. Now is the time to reflect on past achievements, take stock, and relax for a while, dreaming of what is yet to come. Wow. Tell us more about this new cycle Power One is stepping into. That looks so amazing. Like you're manifesting this. You manifested it. All right. So the key words, this direction is within. Oh, okay. So let me see. It does say something for within. When the sunset is combined with cards from the within, then peace may be found through deep inner reflection and meditation. So that is what you should be doing during this new cycle as well. All right. So you also have keywords for the Magician: intelligent, eccentric, mysterious, shape-shifting, inventive, trickster, and the planet Mercury, which is the planet of communication, intellect, moods, and routine. Wow. Very deep. You might find that you're drawn to certain movies, I feel like Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, Harry Potter. Anyway, it's difficult to know exactly where you stand with the Magician archetype, since they are always a few steps ahead on a path you might not even know exists yet. So you're the inventor. The Magician, so this is who you're becoming. This is the new cycle you're stepping into. One where this is your archetype, the Magician. The Magician has achieved mastery of all 7 directions. Wow. And thus exists in more dimensions at once than would be considered normal. This is crazy. This was my 3rd choice, actually. Pow. I was like, this one I feel the lesser pull to, but this pow is dope. All right. They therefore have an otherworldly air. And though they may sometimes seem distant, they are perceiving things on a deeper level. They keep their secrets and reveal only that which is necessary at a time that suits them. They can be great initiators and, as such, can sometimes appear in challenging roles as well as supportive. If the magician appears in your reading, it may be encouraging you to take on this mantle yourself, or it may mean that this archetype is being embodied elsewhere in your life. This is what you're transforming into. Wow. You're going to realize that you carry secret knowledge. You wield the power of change. And don't fall into the shadow side of the magician, which is manipulation and cruel trickery. Wow. So that was very deep. And we ain't done. So what else about this new cycle? Let's continue to describe this new cycle Power One is stepping into. You have the Knight of Swords. You're not going to be biting your tongue. You're going to be speaking up, speaking out, standing behind causes, I see, even for some of you. Two of Swords. I was going to speak, but I said, let me put the rest of them out. Queen of Pentacles. Ten of Cups. Wow. And the Nine of Pentacles. Oh my goodness. Power One. Okay. A choice you are going to make. Something that you feel very passionate about is going to be a deciding factor for this new cycle you're going to step into, where you're going to be prosperous. I mean, beyond comfortable and happy. With the Ten of Cups here, love, happy family, happy home, the home of your dreams, the romance, the life, just the life of your dreams, even if it's not with a mate, just happiness. Nine of Pentacles, financial comfort. Queen of Pentacles, financial comfort, compassionate person, a giver, someone who is a philanthropist, able to give, wants to give. I see you being very, stepping into this cycle of being generous, but it all comes down to a choice you're going to make. Something that requires you to speak up. Either speak and show your knowledge, or speak up and show your thoughts and feelings about something. Okay? That's important to you. And I feel like in this new cycle you're stepping into, you're going to be decisive. You're going to be no longer procrastinating. I see like you making decisions that benefit your well-being. Maybe you spent a lot of time in this prior cycle, which feels like it was a long one, catering to other people. And in this one, you're catering to you. Wow. So what do you need to do now? What lesson will this cycle focus on? All right. So the lesson says, I have a plan. And what do you need to do now? It says, for the wind that blows our sails. I feel like you need to go after your dreams. I feel like now the world is your oyster. And I feel like now you need to do the things that get you motivated and moving. But we're going to also look in the book for this card. And what lesson will this cycle focus on? It says, I'm ready to fight for. Wow, didn't I say you're going to be speaking up and standing up for something? It says, a card about boundaries. I'm ready to defend, about what holds deep value for me, what I'm ready to fight for. What is truly important to me? What is worthy of my strength, my fire, my fight? That is the lesson this cycle will be teaching you. These answers to these questions. What is truly important to you? And what is truly worthy of your strength, your fire, and your fight? And for the wind that blows our sails, card number 26. And it says the essential meaning of this card is forward movement. So I read into it well. Coming out of a slow period, a time for action. And I said it felt like you guys had been in a cycle that lasts a very long time. This is the time for action. Your obstacles have dissolved. You've integrated the deep work you've been doing, and you are on the other side of the dry spell. Wow. How wonderful to now have the energy to take the next steps unencumbered by the past. This is a time of new beginnings, of the excitement that comes with seeing your dreams coming to fruition. Is that a gnat? I'm sorry, y'all. Don't like gnats. Well, who does? But yeah. You know what? And that just made me feel like that you might have spent a long time getting out of a cycle that somebody was keeping you in, like a pest. Somebody that constantly bothered you, or somebody that constantly got in the way, or you would get rid of them and they'd appear in your life again, or show up again, or just couldn't detach from them. Maybe y'all got kids together or a business. It's just, I feel like you're going to be getting rid of this energy. I miss the gnat, but if he comes back again, I'm smashing him. I'm sorry for those that do love gnats. Okay. Anyway, it says, others may call you lucky, but you know what work it took to get here. This time of expansion is not one to take lightly or for granted. Smooth sailing is not always offered to you, especially as you venture into uncharted territory. Now the wind that blows your sails is steady and you feel the hand of the divine next to yours on the wheel. Stay in touch with that partnership. Stay awake and aware as waves can rise up out of nowhere. Have confidence that you are sailing in the perfect direction for you toward a destiny that will flourish. Go the distance. And this is the only part I'm going to read that whole thing for, because I felt like you needed to hear it. But now that I see I'm channeling the cards really well, regardless of how much I use them or not, I'm going to probably limit how much I read from the book. Anyway, next question. Who are you becoming spiritually, and what cause will call to you? So for the cause, we use the rune. And the rune you have is the rune Algies. Woo! Sorry. It looks like a forked road or pitchfork. All right. And who are you becoming spiritually? You have universe. Metatron. Didn't I say I thought I saw Metatron in your read? I thought this was Metatron because I thought I saw the symbol. That is the symbol right in the center. Oh my God. That is extra confirmation you guys have Archangel Metatron working with you, through you. Oh my God. And you're becoming apparently even more connected. Metatron. Okay. Wholeness. Commune with all life. Micro or macrocosm. Spiritually, you are becoming more and more connected to the universe and to the guidance of the universe. You have divine masculine. That's why this power, it feels like it's time for you to take action. Rise of true, gentle power and true strength. You're meant to show that true strength doesn't have to be aggressive. You can lead, you can rise and be in a position of power without becoming toxic. You know what I mean? And Arcturians. And I said star seeds because I thought that was a star ancestor at first. Well, here you go. You guys are connected to Arcturians. And it says pure white light, DNA healing, and sacred geometry, because you keep getting sacred geometric symbols. So you might want to start to study them because they could be powerful at activating things for you in your life. But yeah, this is who you're becoming. Damn it. I'm sorry. I almost got the gnat. It was on my book. But look, every time I'm saying something positive to you, it shows up again. So it's making me feel like there may still be a little person in your life that still causes some anxiety or toxicity. I don't know if they're a kid or young or younger than you, but it's a little tiny gnat and it's just one. So it gives me the feeling like you know exactly who this one person is. But anyway, who you're becoming spiritually, you're becoming more connected to your star ancestry, star energy. You might want to think about trying more, or trying, I said more, maybe some of you have done it already, but trying astral travel. You're really, really becoming connected to the universe. And this is a time where you can open up knowledge that's ancient just by studying certain things. You are connected to the energy of dolphins, so listening to their sounds will also help you become more in tune with your spiritual path. Wow. Okay. And with the rune, Agis, what cause will call to you? Well, this rune means magical protection. And it means you're well prepared to weather any storm, anything, because unseen powers watch over you. And these sacred symbols you might really want to look into, because Algiz is also the rune of talisman, or saying you should carry talisman or amulets. It suggests that because it adds to your protection. Don't be like crazy and think, oh, I'm protected, I can do whatever. That's being naive. But don't worry. Worrying will cause problems for you. Um, but it's also a rune of adversaries. And I just feel like causes that will call to you will be ones that assist the underdog. People or things or places that are overlooked, underserved, mistreated, ignored, causes that bring attention to these overlooked, you know, people, places, things. Yeah, you'd be like the voice for the voiceless, is what I just heard, especially with that Knight of Swords. Or you'll feel like being that. All right. So let's keep moving. What special ability has been activated now? And for that, we also bring in the dice. Your dice is the planet Uranus. Oh, wait, nope. I always confuse Uranus and Pisces. My bad. You have the zodiac sign dice with the sign of Pisces. I hope you can see it in spite of the glare. So the dice is also going to tell you what special ability has been activated, but it may also suggest to you ways to further activate this ability. So the first one you have is noticing the signs. Investigate symbols, nature, spirits. You have a amazing connection to nature. A lot of signs for you when it's time for transformation, for change, when good things are coming in, when there's warning signals will come through nature for you. Animals, the sky, maybe looking at the clouds, look more geometric symbols, things like that just showing up. So you're going to be really having a strong ability to connect to nature in order to get signs. You have laugh and have fun. Smile, positive energy, joyfulness. Wow, you're going to have a special ability to make people happy. People smile. People enjoy life. Just bringing happiness and smiles and positive energy wherever you go. Wearing red, I feel like, will also increase that. So if you run classes, workshops, retreats, or family gatherings or things like that, or you just go out somewhere, suggesting wearing red would be a good idea. It will raise everybody's spirits and energy. And I think that's something that you're going to learn. You have a special gift with being able to do. And honor the deities around you, prayers, offerings, and help. Your connection to the spirit realm is one of your greatest abilities that's getting enhanced at this time. I also feel like you may have a connection to ancient Egypt, wisdom and knowledge. Um, but yeah, your connection to the spirit realm is going to be increased and activated at this time. So if you feel like making altars, if you feel like hanging up photos or pictures of certain spiritual figures, do so, or carrying symbols and talisman of them. But your prayers are being heard and answered at this time. So your ability to be a prayer warrior, to put your message and send that signal out to the universe, see that signal, will be your answers, your response time is increased. Like now, the work you've done, you're going to see your prayers be answered really quickly in Godspeed. And maybe faster. People say Godspeed like it's quick. Godspeed is divine time. But I think you are now in alignment with divine time. I mean, you have divine talents here. So you have divine working behind you closely right now. So, and then having, where'd it go? Oh, the planet Uranus. It's all about innovation, change, and evolution. And your special ability, I feel, is going to be one that allows you to create huge changes. I feel like you're going to be someone who's an innovator with this magician card here, also emphasizing you being someone who is unique, who comes through with things no one has ever done or heard of, and makes things manifest. And I see you're going to see that your ability to come up with ideas that no one has ever had, or um to change even yourself, your energy, to change the energy of an environment is going to be increased. So lastly, who is your guide through most, if any, obstacles during this new cycle? And what's their advice? So I'm going to bring our fortune cookie over. We also have divine talents here as a part of your advice as well. So you have Rumi. We always work with Rumi here on this channel. And it says mystical knowing. All right. So their advice has to do with breaking boundaries, personal, and having a personal experience of God. Wow. So really connecting to God at this time, doing that spiritual work, doing your prayer work, trusting that your prayers are being heard is your advice. Just to have this knowing, tap into that mystical knowing, that natural connection you have to the spirit realm, and know that you are seen, you are heard. Breaking boundaries, I feel like he's telling you to break the boundary, the imaginary boundary between you and spirit. You also have Rama and Sita coming through. Some of you may have connections to the Middle East. And it says holy union, soulmate connection, romantic opportunity. So I do see them also coming through these guides to assist you with a union. If you're already in a relationship, you may be getting assistance with bringing the romance back in or breaking it off so that you can have this holy union. Or if you are not in a relationship, this is what they're assisting with coming in. Rama and Sita are assisting you with that soulmate connection coming together with your perfect match. And if you're someone who is not into having a mate or a partner at all, it could be that friend that feels like that holy union, or that opportunity that just is like, oh my God, I've been waiting for it. It just, romantic opportunity. It could just feel like something you're so in love with. Okay. With divine talents, I'm also hearing you're being asked to focus on your creative gifts. If you're drawn to this pile, you have some kind of artistic talents that you may be overlooking. And their advice at this time is to focus on them, because those gifts are what is meant to um to bring in the happiness, the joy, the positive energy that you're meant to bring into this world. Those gifts are what blows your cells, that get you going. So they're saying use them. And finally, your fortune cookie advice says you will attend an event and meet someone you admire. Wow. You will attend an event and meet someone you admire. Oh, let me get my ugly finger out. I broke that nail badly. So that's interesting. This could also be going along with the Holy Union. So if you get any invitations to any events, or you have any events coming up, be open to soulmate connections happening. Yeah. And that's what I got for you, Power One. This was an in-depth read here. Oh my God. I have 4 more to go. I hope I have the energy. Anyway, if this resonated with you, please give me a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, remember to subscribe so that this channel can continue to grow and thrive. Everybody read the description. It's always filled with information on how you can book a personal session with me, join my most current workshops, and at this time, you can get the information on how to join me on my retreat to Guinea, West Africa, happening December 30th to January 12th, 2026. December 30th, of course, of 2025. Anyway, I'm sending you so much light and love on your journey. Peace, blessings, and all the goodies that come from being a part of this family of light. Until next time, I'll be back with Pal 2. Later. Hey, Pal 2. Welcome to your session. You were drawn to karmic clearing. And I read that last. You also have you have 2 runes. The rune dice and the rune itself. All right, let's get into it. So let's describe this new cycle you're stepping into. I have the transparent oracle, so bear with me, trying to see it. That's already a symbol for Venus here. And number 9. And you have those tarot cards. So, describe this new cycle that Pal 1, Pal 1 people must be here too. Pal 2 is stepping into at this time. That's card number 48. Oops, almost went right past it. All right, this card is from the direction above, okay? These transparent cards all have directions. And it does say Venus. The keywords are sensuality, love, compassion, fertility, creativity, beauty, element, earth. Oh, the element it vibrates to is earth. Okay. So the new cycle you're stepping into pretty much involves those keywords: sensuality, love, compassion, fertility, creativity, and beauty. Feels like you're going to be giving birth to some new love in your life, or some new creative endeavors, or you may be paying a lot more attention to your looks this time around. All right, because you know Venus is the Roman goddess of love. And so the planet's energy also rules over relationships and aspects of love. All right, so let's see. Yeah, pretty much. I pretty much told you guys. So it's going to be a lot of beautifying yourself, your home, just being in an energy of romancing yourself, bringing sensuality into your appearance as well, having more compassion for other people as well as for yourself, and really starting to want to focus on your creative ideas. Now, with this neighboring card, so that was the above. This is, no, that's not. Yes, it is. This direction is the east, and it is a guide. The wren, the bird, the wren is a guide for you. And the keywords they're bringing in are ambition, surprise, cunning, sacrifice, triumph, and humility. Wow. Okay. So though the wren is very small and difficult to spot, its sound is very loud and piercing. So it's something about you stepping into the light now, like no longer dimming your light, no longer playing it small, regardless of whether or not you feel you are a big wig in the family or in your career or in your community. You're no longer going to be hiding from new experiences and opportunities to be seen. As a guide, the Wren is also here to teach you not only to expect the unexpected, but to use creative thinking and cunning ourselves to gain results in unexpected ways. Okay. So I feel like expecting the unexpected, just being open. The cycle you're stepping into, you need to expect the unexpected when it comes to new relationships, new energy around how you look, how you appear, how you want to appear. So when this is combined with cards from the above, then attention should be paid to small details since they may contain divine guidance. And I feel like in this new cycle, you're going to be getting a lot of divine guidance. So pay attention to little things. I feel like birds are going to be important for you in this cycle, as well as guides for you, and bringing in signs for when you should be aware of something. Yeah. Okay. Let's see what else you got coming in. What is this new cycle? Let's describe it more. For Pal 2, you have justice. Oh, things are going to be balancing out for you, getting your just due at this time. We have the Nine of Cups, Three of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Nine of Swords. This new cycle you're stepping into is one where you're going to start to feel like, I feel like your dreams are going to be shifting, your desires. With the Nine of Cups here, I feel like you've always had something you wished for, something you dreamed of, something you always wanted. For a lot of you, it feels like career success, but for many of you, it feels like love, that support. And I feel like it showed up in ways that did not match your desires and your dreams and caused you a lot of unrest, a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety. With the Three of Wands showing up next to the wish fulfillment card, it makes me feel like this new cycle is going to be you finally seeing your ship come in. But I feel like it's going to show up in a different way than you expect. What you thought you wanted, you're going to realize is not exactly that when this comes in. And with the Wheel of Fortune here, lets me know it's something about karma you've been working through. The stuff that you've had to deal with that seemed like it wasn't fair, Every time you poured into something, you got nothing back. It was karmic. Could have been past lifetime, could have been this lifetime, could be the people you had to deal with had karmic issues with you. Whatever the case may be, you're working through. I'm just realizing you got the karmic clearing card. And I was about to say you're working through clearing karma. Wow, too. Yeah. Pay attention to the little details is right for this pal, because there is some divine messages there. So yeah, this pal here has been working on karmic connections, relationships, situations. This actually showed up reversed, but it let me know, because I'm not taking reversals, it let me know that this cycle is going to be bringing an end to those sleepless nights, to worrying, to stressing, to carrying stress that's not even your own. Okay, you're cutting off karmic connections, and what is truly meant for you is coming in. It's going to bring a huge change with these butterflies, huge transformation. You got a lot of butterflies here. Big, big, big shift in your life from feeling like everything is not fair to everything is that I've been wanting is finally coming in. I'm finally getting justice. All right. And I feel like for this power, you're going to see people who did you injustices get their just due as well, get their karma. Not that you need to, like, you want to laugh at them, but it will bring you some closure to know that what you went through with them was not you, but something that was meant to elevate you, and an experience that they didn't use to do the same with. They instead used that experience in a negative way, so they have to pay the consequences. I don't know. Anyway, next question. What do you need to do now? What lesson will this cycle focus on? Cheat sheet. So, this lesson for you is going to be about intimacy. That's nuts. Everything so far for your power has been synchronized. You have Venus with romance and love and sensuality, and then you have intimacy as what lesson the cycle is going to focus on. I'll read that after. And you also have, for what do you need to do now? If the wild ones come with sticks. Now, I don't know why this card gives me the energy of standing your ground. Um, you know, having your boundaries set, but standing your ground with any transformation you're going through, or whatever energy of light you choose to shed on the world. I feel like in the past, maybe you have succumbed to the thoughts and the feelings of others towards how you live your life, which could cause a lot of this nine swords energy. But I feel like now, what you need to do now is to dance to the beat of your own drum. That's what I'm hearing. Love who you want to love, be who you are meant to be. And the lesson with intimacy, it says, I apologize to my body. This card is about bodily guilt and forgiveness for neglect, shame, self-criticism, and about beginning to treat yourself with care. Do I treat my body with respect and care will be one of your lessons. And what would I like to apologize to my body for? So this cycle coming in will focus a lot on your self-love, self-care, and yeah. I have been looking in the book. I said I was going to peek in the book for the Dream Weavers and Power One, so I'm going to do it again. So the essential meaning of this card is negative self-talk. Isn't that what this is saying? I apologize to my body. It says self-criticism, harsh judgment of self and others, and gossip. So it also warns you about comparing yourself to others right now. So make sure you're not doing that. Don't give any energy to negativity. It is not your friend. And it is time for you to remove yourself from any destructive energy like that and focus on loving yourself with radical acceptance, understanding, forgiveness, and detachment. You have to avoid harsh judgment on others too. So step away from the gossip. Ignore the drama and nasty comments you see splashed all over social media. And I suggest even pull your energy back from social media for during this next cycle as much as you can. Okay? So if the wild ones come with sticks, let all that negative energy go. Focus on the beautiful aspects of your life. Weave your dream. Call upon the magic of your desires and pay attention to what really matters instead of this distraction. You'll be so glad you did. The universe loves you so much and you're in the right place. Remember, anything that's happening will pass. So that's what you need to hear and do right now in this moment to prepare for this oncoming cycle. So, who are you becoming spiritually, pal, to? And what cause will call to you? For that, I'm also using your rune. And you have the rune Pertho. I'm not even sure if y'all can see the. There we go. It's like, what am I doing? Pertho is the rune of sacred play. So, who are you becoming? First off, well, that's what cause will call to you. So, let me wait. Who are you becoming spiritually? So we have initiation, deep trust, deep healing, reconnection with all. You've been through a tough cycle, my pal twos. With all this karmic clearing, you might have found yourself facing a situation repetitively that you're like, how many times am I working through this with someone or going through this again? But that was a part of an initiation to see how much you trusted in the guidance that you received. And it feels like you've done or you are currently going through a deep healing process. And I feel like spiritually, you are reconnecting with all. That is where this growth is coming in. This becoming. You also have whale teaching, and you have the whale here. So that is one of your animal spirit guides. You might want to listen to the sounds of whales to soothe you, or go by the ocean. Being on the beach may be very, very soothing for you, pal, too. So it says depth of experience and healing. Teacher and mentor share wisdom. So I do feel for this pal, you're becoming a spiritual teacher, whether you realize it or not, either through a career, a hobby, or your everyday life. And it's through the depths of your experiences and the healing processes that you've gone through that you're now able to share, or you will be in this new cycle, sharing wisdom gained that will help people reconnect spiritually who have given up trusting spirit. You also have awakening. Know who you are. For who are you becoming? Know who you are. DNA activation. Wow. So I feel for this pal, you may start getting downloads where you just feel like you know something or you're getting a message. When you do record it or write it down, it'll have an important message in it somewhere for you. It could have to do with the world in general or something personal you needed to know at this time. But you're awakening spiritually. You're reconnecting to the all, not just humanity, but with the universe, with the spirit realm, with other realms, and understanding how you can affect, how you have a ripple effect, how being even a little wren, that you can do something that causes a huge effect in the world, that wakes others up. I feel like many of you are meant to awaken others in some way. A lot of you spiritually will feel called to counsel people, to become public speakers or spoken word artists of some kind that allows you to share your wisdom and your experiences through your teachings. Many of you may also work with people who are younger with you as mentors as well, or feel called to. Now with Perth though, you may feel called to work with kids, this pal. This is about sacred play. But you could also be called to work with adults who have lost their sense of youthfulness or their sense of laughter and fun. Um, I could see you feeling called to be someone who stands behind cultural events, um, trips, festivals. Maybe you'll be someone who wants to create those sorts of things, play groups, fun events for families. But you may feel called to work with families or children in ways that bring fun and unity um, to everyone that's involved. Okay. So, what special ability has been activated by this cycle that's coming in? And for that, we also use your dice, which is another room. You have earth magic, another pile very connected to nature. You might have been drawn to pile 1 as well. It says nature, rituals, and charms. Pile 1 was told a lot about talisman and charms and being connected to nature. And you guys have this same energy. You're going to find that when you are out in nature, you come up with the dopest ideas, the greatest ideas. When you hug a tree, you're going to feel healed. I feel like you will find that you have an ability to heal others around you with herbs and natural remedies increasing because you've done it in a past life. You'll find you're very connected to fae energy, like fairies, elves. So you might even be into movies that feature those type of characters. But you're getting activated in your ability to connect to the energy of Earth and all her gifts. You have respect your physical body. What is it with you and your body, Pal 2? Detox, rejuvenate, and relax. So I feel like either you're meant to offer retreats or you may also be called to go on one, and that could inspire you to offer them. But your ability to detox, to clean out your system, to rejuvenate your energy is getting increased because I feel like that's what's needed for you at this time. Doing things that are fun, playing more, having more fun days, downtimes where you're not just working or focused on taking care of others, is what is needed at this time. But it's something that is going to be activated in you where when you need time to yourself to rejuvenate your energy, you're going to be able to do that and yeah, and replenish yourself. Maybe you've been pushing yourself too much. That's why you got to apologize to your body. I thought it might have been image issues with Venus coming through, but it could be that as well. All right, y'all got to overlap. And get into nature. What the heck, pal 2? Coexistence, gather, limit, waste. So many of you may feel called to work with the earth in as far as the environment, like preserving and conserving water, recycling, encouraging others to do the same. I see you doing a lot of events outdoors, and that is where I think your special abilities are best outdoors. Yeah. Many of you may also be artists of some kind. I'm hearing don't, give up on that. Visual artists, if you do draw or do any artwork, there's some kind of prosperity that can come from that. And your ability to do that is going to be increased. Maybe doing it in nature will inspire you. Maybe involving aspects of nature, crystals, herbs, tree bark, leaves, or something to what you do will also be a boost. But there's something about you using nature in your daily life or in your career that is going to be really powerful, okay, in this new cycle. So try to get outdoors or eating naturally, grounding, whatever you have to do to connect, stay grounded to Mama Earth as much as possible. Sit by the ocean, listen to sounds of the ocean or of nature, those things. And with your dice, almost forgot. With your dice, you have the rune that is known as Sowolo. Sowulo, sorry. Sowulo is the source because it is the sun. I'm not even looking. My hand is halfway off the screen. I'm sorry. And the sun is divine cosmic energy, your higher self, enlightenment, guidance, growth, and prosperity. There's nothing negative about this room at all. Okay? You are going to be getting a boost and activating your inner light, that inner power, that inner brightness. All right. And I feel like you have a special ability when you are connected to earth, when you just shine. Like you're like, I keep hearing Pal 2 is like a diamond, you know, and you've been in the rough and now you're coming out of it. You're coming out of the rough. You're coming into the sun. Pal 1 was watching the past go with the sunset, knowing that a new day was coming in. Pal 2, you are like in that energy of the sun. You're awakening right now and very connected to source. And I think that connection is also getting stronger at this time. So as much as you could be out in the sun as possible will also assist you in activating your special gifts. I feel like that are going to be connected to to creating rituals and ceremonies for people, helping people detox and rejuvenate and relax in some way. Could be just by the things you say, or could be through art or whatever. But yeah, your connection to nature, to the all, has really deepened and will be deepening even more. So let's see who is your guide through most, if any, obstacles during this new cycle, and what's their advice. So the advice is this karmic clearing here. And you have the Lemurians, another starseed pile. Pile 1 got Arcturians coming through here in that deck. So it says clairvoyance activated. Wow. Psychic awareness, sensitivity, trust your intuition. Any obstacles to you connecting to your inner voice, your inner guidance, the Lemurians, your star ancestors, are helping you to create your boundaries, stand your ground, and not let these blocks come in. You're becoming more clairvoyant, where you might start to see, have more dreams or daydreams, like visions, with this awakening. A lot of it will be coming from your star ancestry. A lot of it will be intuitive hits, increasing your psychic abilities, and you'll be more sensitive to energies. Okay, so anybody that's trying to come in with some nasty energy, they're helping you to be able to see right through them. Okay, you also have Shiva coming through. How many times do they say is karma in this pile? Karma release. You got the karmic wheel of fortune here. You were drawn to karmic clearing. Oh my God. And now you have karma release. Any obstacles to you freeing yourself of any negative karma, negative energy is being removed. Shiva is making sure of it. The end of a cycle, debts are paid, choose your destiny. Wow. So Shiva's going to be assisting you with clearing that karma, to releasing things from the past that no longer serve you in a positive way. You've done the work. You're at the end of a cycle. You're completing a cycle. And now they're preparing a new path forward for you. And that's literally karmic clearing. Your advice is you are free. You have come to the end of a cycle. And though there may be some residue left, that's the little bit of stuff that may still cause you some anxiety here and there, or worry. You don't need to worry right now. You need to play. You need to have fun. You need to love on your body. And you need to hold fast to your values, your beliefs. And know that no matter how little you may feel in this world, you matter. You have a voice. Dig into your sensuality, into your beauty, into your soft, loving side at this time, and watch all the old fall away and new come in. And that is not what I got for you. I forgot your fortune cookie as your final word of advice. How to. And your fortune cookie says, chase your dreams, for they lead to fulfillment. And that is the final advice from Shiva and the Lemurians. Chase your dreams, for they lead to fulfillment. Pile 2. I think that's a beautiful way to wrap this up. If this resonated, please give me a thumbs up. If you're new to the tribe, remember to subscribe. We're always welcoming new Lightworkers into the fam. And read my description. Leave a comment. All of these things help me to connect to you more. And through the description, you learn about all the different ways you can join workshops, book personal readings, and most importantly, meet me in person on my retreat to Guinea, West Africa from December 30th of this year to January 12th, 2026. I'm sending you so much light and love on your journey. Peace, blessings, and all the goodies that come from being a part of this family of light. I'll be back with Pile 3. But until next time, Pile 2. Bye. Hey, Pile 3. Welcome to your session. You were drawn to the card, an invitation to connect. And this is read last. So I'll put it to the side. Alrighty. Move your dice. You have the dice number 8. So you have the numerology dice and you have a rune. So let's jump right into this message. I asked them to describe this new cycle that you'll be stepping into. So let's take a look. Ooh, Pile 3, you have Jupiter. You are definitely stepping into a new cycle that is going to be lucky. It's going to be bringing in so many things thanks to you maintaining faith, maintaining your beliefs and sticking to them. You're going to be stepping into a new cycle where you're going to be following your highest calling. You also have card number 10. These look like fairies of some kind. So I'll get you the message from the book for that. And you have some tarot cards as well. So let's take a look at card number 10. So card number 10 represents the direction east. And it's the elements, it's elementals, and it's the sylphs. Your key words for this new cycle you're stepping into are freedom, imagination, shape-shifting, inspiration, and originality. Those are great words to have to be starting a new cycle under. Being free to follow your dreams and the things you imagine. Being able to rebrand yourself, renew yourself. Be inspired and be an inspiration because of your originality. So this is also the element of air, okay? Although sylphs are commonly perceived to take the form of ethereal females, they have the ability to take a great many forms as befits beings of the least tangible element. We can emulate this skill in our own lives, adapting to situations and taking on multiple roles with ease, which I feel they're also explaining to you how this new cycle is going to feel to you. All right. Sylphs can act as a muse, working through our imagination to bring out our most original ideas. Their breeze can clear away negative thoughts and leave us reinvigorated or run through our lives like a tornado. In a reading, it could also represent an individual with a detached yet compelling personality, attractive despite their airy distance and with a quirky intelligence, which could also be describing the energy you'll be stepping into this new cycle with as well. Now, in combination with other cards, you have a card that is a planetary cards. Now let me see if this is considered a above or below card. Then I can tell you how it combines. It is an above card, and Jupiter's keywords are optimism, justice. So you're going to be getting a lot of things that you felt didn't go fairly. Going to be balancing out now. You might have been drawing a pile too. They got a similar message. If so, you should check it out. Truth, expansion, leadership, joy, elements. And the element is air and water. Wow. So when combined with above energy, let me see. Okay. So because the sylphs are already the closest to the angelic realm of all the elementals, they combine with this direction to bring us profound spiritual insights. So when this is connected to above energy, profound spiritual insights may occur. So this is the type of stuff you will be experiencing as you step into your new cycle. This is what it's going to entail. So what else do we have? So we have the Ten of Wands, the Star, which to me confirms that Jupiter card. The Star is all about faith and believing and trusting in your prayers to be heard and come through. But it can also represent you transforming into a star in your own right. Knight of Cups, Six of Pentacles, and the Ace of Swords. This is a great energy for a cycle beginning. So it does feel like you've worked very hard to get here, but you've been supported along the way. This pile here, you're very connected to animal spirits, okay? We have the buffalo here. We have a unicorn slash horse energy here. We have butterflies. We have the bear. So I just really feel there is a lot of signals and signs you may get from animals, okay? Be that whatever. It could even be just seeing an advertisement on TV that features a specific animal that you're drawn to. Now, I do feel like you work very hard, and I feel that your hard work, your faith and trust and belief in the process is bringing in rewards. This new cycle is going to feel like your prayers are being answered, like the angels are giving you this cup of just everything you could just love, possibly love. For some of you, this is actually a love, a lover, a soulmate coming in. But for others of you, it can be people that you've done things for, people you've given to, finally giving back. Six of Pentacles speaks of a return, getting back the energy you put in towards something. So this could be a relationship being renewed, someone from your past coming back in now with a bigger cup, ready to really give you the love you deserve that you've given them. Or for others of you, this could be support, a community, or a friend that's going to come in, and you're going to feel like the energy is reciprocated between you two. There's going to be a complete shift for you where I feel like you dealt with a lot of dishonest, shifty energies in the past. With this Ace of Swords, you're getting a new beginning where your direction forward is going to feel clear. This cycle's energy is going to feel like you're being introduced or brought together with people who are like-minded, people who are loving, and people who are honest. I keep hearing honesty being a big change for you from your previous cycles where you had to always question if you could trust certain people and things. And this one, it's going to feel like you can finally breathe. You can stop pushing so hard and just trust that everything is flowing as it should. So let's see what you need to do now and what lesson is this life cycle going to teach you. So the lesson says, whose voice is this? And what you need to do now. Am I holding this the right side up? Yeah. Weavers know that all is God. So it's almost giving me a sense like now you just need to trust that source has your best interests at heart and that all that you've prayed for and asked for has been heard and is coming in. But I'm also going to look in the books. So let me check out Weavers Know That All Is God. Okay. So the essential meaning of this card is the conscious universe is the source of supply. Spirit is fundamental to life. The mystical is the primary reality. Wow. So the weavers know that all is God. Do you? This is a profound magical time in your life, and it's important that you recognize your relationship with your higher power as essential and primary. And I thought that weavers know that all is God. This is saying that right now you just need to deepen and stay connected to source energy. All right? So can you see right now that whatever you're asking about has divinity sparkling through it? And what we're asking about is what you need to do now. So treat the subject of your query with reverence and step into the sacred dance. You cannot go wrong. You're meant to have this experience right now. And so you're meant to move in the energy of source, connected to source, following the guidance as you're directed without having to know the outcome, just trusting in that connection to God, knowing that everything you're doing, God is behind it. Everything coming into you, God is behind it. Everyone around you, God is behind them. So that is the energy you need to be in right now. Okay. So the lesson this new cycle is going to focus on says, whose voice is this? And it does give me the energy of you believing false truths about yourself. And hopefully you're not spreading false stuff, but let's see. It says envy. So this cycle is going to focus on the lesson of envy. Envy doesn't judge, it reveals. What we envy often reflects unconscious longings and hidden desires. What true desire hides behind my feeling of envy? First lesson, and what would I do if I allowed myself this longing? So you're going to be learning about envy in this cycle when you look at others and you desire their life or what they have. And you're going to be starting to learn how you can actually have the things you long for and that you are the one in the way. And that might be something they want you to realize now. So you could be even more connected to source energy. Okay. So who are you becoming spiritually, Pal 3? What cause is going to call to you? So for that part, that includes your rune. So first, let's see, who are you becoming spiritually, Pal 3? You have blue ray being, direct divine expression, bridge between dimensions, which is why your connection to source is so important. I see. You spiritually are meant to be someone who helps others connect with other dimensions, spirit realm, star realms, etc. Angelic realms. Yeah, you are growing, spiritually growing into a blue ray being that can connect humanity with other worlds. That's deep. What spiritual work are you going to be getting into in this new cycle? You have observe, loving eyes, see all, equanimity, see the truth, step back. And with Ace of Swords, there's a lot with seeing the truth or speaking the truth for you in this new cycle. So spiritually, you're going to become someone who is more observant, who doesn't just react, who observes and responds. You're going to be someone who sees the truth, who does not jump to conclusions. And I also feel like you're going to be more compassionate to others, their needs, their feelings. You also have sovereignty. Wow. Right to choose, immunity to hooks. I feel you're going to be reaching a place spiritually where you're going to be learning about many different spiritual beliefs. And I think in this new cycle, you're going to be choosing exactly what you believe, exactly what is going to be the foundation of your spirituality. Wow. Some of you I'm even hearing may create your own belief system or rituals and stuff. And with you getting the rune, I believe this is Ingus. Yes, Ingus. This is a representative of the god Ing. And this represents, well, it represents sexuality, fertility, family lines, ancestry, growth, pleasures, strength, and fatherhood. And I think these are causes that will call to you in this new cycle. Maybe you'll be someone who is really behind assisting single fathers or just new fathers or fathers in general. You might feel drawn to help those who are having fertility issues, help families through counseling or workshops. You may be someone who decides they're going to trace their ancestry and inspire others to do the same thing. Um, you may also be someone who becomes maybe a sex ed type person who assists people in learning more about their sexual desires and becoming more comfortable in their sexuality even. Some of you may become leaders in the LGBTQ community. This is just causes that could call your focus in that direction at this time. All right. So what special abilities have been activated as you enter this new cycle? And for this, your dice comes in and you have numerology dice number 8. So let's see, what special abilities have been activated? We have spirit guides. And it just said here, your bridge. It says insight, guidance, and purpose. So your connection to the spirit realm, I feel like specifically your ancestors with Ingus coming through in ancestry. Your connection to the ancestors is going to be very strong. But I feel the special gift that's really being activated is the ability to follow their guidance towards your purpose. The ability to understand the guidance that comes in from the spirit realm. Why is it? Yeah, I don't know why it darkened for this one. Some of you may even be meant to be a bridge for people who need mediums between them and other dimensions. Another gift that's activating whole self health, natural therapies, balance, and Ayurveda. So you may find that you are becoming very good with creating meals and foods that are healthy. I think you might find yourself able to heal a lot of ailments within yourself by changing up your diet. And I do see some of you maybe feeling called to get into nutrition, to get into holistic healing, and Ayurveda, and help others restore a balance in their bodies. But I do see you being able to do this for yourself first in this new cycle. And family connections. And I just mentioned family counseling, helping families respect people and kinship. You are going to really, really, really become an inspiration to other families. So some of you may be an inspiration through your family dynamic. Others may aspire to have the same connection and unity. Um, I feel like for some of you, you're going to activate this special ability to call together people who were family in past lifetimes, whose energy just all feels like familiar to each other. I see you also finding a community, maybe a place to live where everybody respects everyone and the energy is just very positive. But you do have a gift with family. So you might always find yourself being the person within your family being called for mediating differences between people, helping someone in the family that needs some extra help. But there's something, a gift you have with creating kinship and bonds between people who are of like mind, like energy. Okay, my pal threes. And you also have the number 8. 8 is a number that represents infinity, all right, with its symbol. When you hold it sideways, it is the symbol of infinity. And I don't even know if y'all can see it, but you know what the number 8 looks like. So one of your gifts that are being activated is something that you've had for a very long time, maybe even multiple lifetimes. But 8 also represents transformation, death and rebirth, karma, judgment, and even sex a little sometimes when it's matched with the energy of Scorpio, which is the 8th sign. So some of you may have Scorpio in your chart, you may be Scorpios, but you're gonna have a special gift at, and you've had this gift for a very long time, and there's a few of them. So let me go through it. Helping others transition when it's their time, they're nearing their time to cross over. Some of you may be called to work with seniors. Um, Helping people go through huge transformations, makeovers, mindset shifts, energy change, vibration change, just things where people are going through deaths of the ego and of their former self, or they're stepping into who they truly are. There's something about you having this ability because you're able to transform, or you went through some kind of transformation that it will inspire others to want to do the same. And this is something that I feel like when it's activated, it's going to be with you infinitely. Like you're always going to have this gift. Okay. All right. So now let's take a look at who your guides are through most, if any, of the obstacles during this new cycle and what's their advice. So their advice was the card you selected. Let's see who your guides are into this new cycle. You have Commander Ashtar. So many star seeds were drawn to this session today. This might as well have been a star seed reading. It says leadership activation, and I see that with sovereignty, just being someone who can cause family connections. And it says time to evolve. Trust in your ability to guide others, my spirit guides. So many of you, your guides are going to assist you with trusting in your ability to lead. Perhaps there's something here that you need to be at the forefront of in your new cycle. And you have to know that you're ready. You have to know that you know enough, and you have the ability to help others in some way. Um, it's time for you to evolve out of the position of student, I'm hearing, and step into your position as teacher. Many of you are meant to teach. All right. And you also have Lady Portia coming through, or Portia. It says overcoming limitations. Karmic release, let go of the need to be right. This is the third pile that has a card saying karmic release. So you guys have been doing a lot of karmic clearing this last cycle, cutting off old stale connections, closing out connections that might have followed you through lifetimes. Um, Yeah, these were the things that were kind of in your way. And it also says let go of the need to be right. So you're also learning to hear people and not just speak. You know what I'm saying? You're also they're also assisting you with being able to say I'm wrong or say I'm sorry, which may have been things that were difficult for you in prior cycles. Sorry, sipping some water. So now they're here to show you that the limitations are being removed. You are free to release karma. Um, it's time to go through your own transformation and step into the position of leadership you're supposed to be in. I feel like this power is meant to lead, even if it's at the head of a family. You're meant to lead in some way, something that you feel called to do. And there's been hesitancy due to past experiences that made you feel like you weren't worthy, but you are. Because here, you have as their advice an invitation to connect. You are being invited. You've been initiated and invited to connect with higher energies, to connect with spirit. And this whole reading pretty much keeps reminding you that you are a conduit for messages from spirit. But most important, I feel like spirit, you can use spirit to guide you in the direction towards your highest purpose when you feel a loss of direction. And I think that is the same thing you're going to show other people. And luck is on your side. Part 3, that's what I got for you. Oh yeah, I keep almost forgetting the fortune cookie, and then the guides are like, hello, let me give you a fortune. This was a little broken up here already. All right, I know things might feel a little a mess right now in your life, a little all over the place, but I feel like it's coming together now. You give me the energy of after chaos, when things have been fell apart, things have fallen apart, and now you're rebuilding. But they're trying to guide you not to rebuild the same way, to evolve. So your fortune says today means action, carry out your plan. Oh my God. Every fortune has been on point for every pal. Today means action, carry out your plan. Whatever your vision is for your purpose, whatever you've been wishing for, step into that plan and start taking action towards it. And that's what I got for you, Pal 3. I hope this resonated. If it did, give me a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, remember to subscribe and join this family, this light tribe. Remember to comment so I can engage with your energy a little more, and always read the description because it tells you about how you can book a personal session, the other platforms you could find me on, how to join a workshop, and most importantly, how to travel with me to Guinea, West Africa from December 30th, 2025 to January 12th, 2026 on my retreat, Bonessa Retreat to Guinea into the new year. And on that note, I'm sending you so much light and love on your journey, Pal 3. Peace, blessings, and all the goodies that come from being a part of this family of light. Until next time, see ya. I'll be back with Pal 4. Hey, Pal 4, welcome to your session. You were drawn to Life Path, and this is read last. Fortune cookie is also read last. You also have the rune for Ewaz, sorry, and, well, the rune dice Ewaz, and you got the rune Tiwaz. There we go. So let's see. Let's have them describe this new cycle you're stepping into first. Well, this is similar to Pal 1. It looks like Venus, but it has... Oh, no, it's not Venus. I was about to say it has a crescent moon on the head. This is Mercury. Okay. I'm sorry, this is a transparent oracle, so it might be a little difficult to see. And you have what looks like owls, card number 38. And some tarot. So, this new cycle you're stepping into, we have Mercury leading the way. So it does have a lot to do with what you're saying or communication. So perhaps in some way, you're changing how you communicate, or you're going to be heard. Maybe what you have to say is going to be very important. With the owl, I feel like wisdom. There's a lot of wisdom that you're going to be accessing in this new cycle. It's going to feel like you're much wiser and you're much more able to express yourself, and you're going to be heard more. That's very important as well for many of you who feel like perhaps you weren't heard. Oh, this is crazy. I just opened up the book and it went straight to the page. All right, so this is the direction above the planet Mercury, and the key words that will also help describe the energy of this cycle is communication, travel, magic, memory, speed, trickery, and the element is air. Okay. So, anyone with even a tiny smidgen of astrological knowledge know that when messages and posts go astray or travel plans are disrupted, we can probably blame it on Mercury going retrograde. Of course, not my tribe. We're not affected by Mercury going retro, but some are. This is because Mercury is the planet that rules over all this clever technology, language, and communication, as well as travel. And I do feel that these are the things that you're going to be doing a lot of in your new cycle. Now, when this energy comes in a negative way, this love of trickery can be exaggerated and extended into slander, cruelty, and deception. And that's the darker side of Mercury that you don't want to experience, that I feel like you're coming out of. This previous cycle feels like it was filled with slander, with people that were just cruel, and people that were deceptive and maybe tricksters and using your energy. But this is the planet of swift talkers, those with fast moving minds. And these are going to be many of your traits moving into your new cycle. So you have the above. Now with card number 38, why did I go further up? That is the direction north. And your guide coming through is the owl. Keywords going into this cycle are perception, wisdom. I said I felt like you were going to be in a higher level of wisdom. Silence, loneliness, detachment, and death. And death has a lot to do with transformation. It's one aspect dying so that a new one can be born. And owls are usually solitary creatures. You won't see a pack of owls flying around. Um, and it's not well liked by other inhabitants of the forest, something you may have experienced because of its wisdom and its ability to see in the dark. A lot of times nocturnal beings aren't seen in such a great light. Um, And I feel like maybe this power here, you're very intuitive. People feel like maybe your eyes, I'm hearing, are very powerful. People feel like you can see right through them and that they can't get anything over you. And I feel like moving into this new cycle, this is going to be very, very obvious and evident, as you'll be able to see right through people, or people will avoid you that are not of the energy that matches yours. Um, yeah, it's about being able to move silently. And I feel like you're going to be making some silent moves, or you've made some that in this new cycle, it's like going to surprise people. Like, oh my God, how did Pal for do all of this? And did they do it all by themselves? And that could also be something with this new cycle where maybe you've been spending a lot of time alone, and it was preparing you to be able to do something that takes you having to make the moves, having to be able to detach and observe and tap into your own wisdom. All right. So when this card is combined, let me see, with a card from above, here we go. Then much can be learned from observation of the night sky and planetary powers. So you may find that paying attention to Mercury, what Mercury is doing, and things like that may actually be important for this power, because I feel like it'll let you know when you need to speak, when you need to be silent, and things like that. So let's see, what else is the energy for this new cycle? I do feel like, too, this pal is the truth speakers, very much into speaking truth based off of wisdom from prior experiences. And a lot of times people don't like people who are wise because they can't get anything past them. They can't lie. They can't be phony. They can't pretend. So if you've had prior experiences where you felt very alone, you felt misunderstood, this new cycle, it's like a whole different ball game. It's like you're going to be respected for your wisdom. You're going to have people flocking to you that actually want a piece of that wisdom and want to hear what you have to say. All right. You also have the Magician. We have a lot of master manifestors in this light family. You have the Two of Wands. The Fool. Five of Pentacles. It was reversed. And the High Priestess, which was also reversed. So this new cycle for you, you might not really be able to see the outcome of things. Though you may be intuitive, yeah, we all are, there's just going to be something with this new cycle where they're hiding some things and they're forcing you to trust your intuition. Perhaps this prior cycle, you second guessed yourself a lot. This cycle here, they're going to make it so that you have to just trust. They're not showing you but so much. But what they are showing is that there's going to be some relief when it comes to finances. Perhaps prior cycles you felt either outcasted or very poor, or maybe both. That's shifting, but they're not really revealing to you the way forward. What they are showing is that you are going to be manifesting a lot. This new cycle, the things that you want to come in are going to be manifesting. It's almost going to feel magical. With the Two of Wands here, there's going to be a lot of travel in this new cycle. And it feels like you're going to be going where you feel called. And if not, you should. That's some advice there. Taking leaps of faith, trusting where you're being guided at this time is going to be very important in this new cycle. And it feels like you will be doing that. And realizing that you're not for everyone. This cycle is going to make you accept that you are who you are, and fully embrace your gifts and your uniqueness. Wow. So, what do you need to do now, and what lesson will this cycle focus on? So this cycle's lessons focus says, let it change. And there's a butterfly, which lets me know it may have a lot to do with you being able to release the past and things that have always been the same and familiar to you so that new can come in. And I felt that with this Five of Pentacles, it's like a reluctancy to either accept that you don't belong to a certain circle, family, or community, um, or a fear of accumulating a lot of wealth, a fear of not being able to hold on to it, or losing the momentum of gain. You also have, what should you do now is let your dreams be woven true. If that isn't a direct message. So, go to Dreamweaver's Oracle book for your answer. What do you need to do now? But it's pretty blunt. Let your dreams be woven true. What you need to do now is allow your dreams to manifest. I just finished saying that I felt like this power had a little bit of a fear of change, even if it's change for the better. Like, shifting out of an energy of lack into one of wealth and prosperity, that might bring fear to people in this power, even though it's what you want, because there's a fear of not being able to hold on to it. Or the recognition you might get from stepping into your true energy. That could also prevent you. And now they're saying, let your dreams. Wow, this book opened right to the page as well. So, the card of the dream weavers, co-creation, partnership with divine powers, trusting your dreams will be in alignment with your soul's destiny, surrendering your will to a higher power. And what you need to do now. Now is not the time for pushing harder, but for allowing things to organically take their course. Do your part, taking your steps, but surrendering the rest to the divine. Remember, your job is to know your why and hold space for the energy of your dream. In weaving the sacred essence of your desire, the how of it will be revealed. Weave and let go. Weave and release. Let your dreams be woven true, and like magic, things will seem to work out, even when you're not concentrating on the pattern. I love that description for this card, because it told you exactly what you need to do now. Hold fast to your dreams, but don't push. Manifest, and you'll see them come in. Trust, but don't try to force an outcome. All right? And your lesson this cycle, let it change. Let it change. A card about allowing change to come, about the absence of control and the ability to accept the new. So your lesson you'll be learning is, what is changing within me right now? What am I holding on to even though it has run its course? What can I let go of to allow change to happen? Now, if you don't want this to be a lesson you learn in this new cycle, because it does give me the energy that you may still be dealing with residue of stuff you've been releasing that's still trying to hang in there, you can start to make these changes now and answer those questions now. You know, what can I let go of to allow change to happen? What am I holding on to even though it has run its course? What is changing within me right now? And you're again being told about the absence of control in the ability to accept the new. So that is your biggest lesson and message at this time. All right. So who are you becoming spiritually? And what cause is going to call to you? For that, we get your rune. And you have the rune Tiwas. All right, so who are you becoming spiritually? Forgiveness. See bigger picture, trust, and heal. So you are healing. In this new cycle, you are trusting your healing process. And I do feel like maybe the things you need to allow to change is where you are reluctant or feeling some reluctancy to forgive. And it's not necessarily forgiving others so much. For some of you, I'm feeling like spiritually, you're becoming someone who's able to forgive yourself as well as source, and being able to see the bigger picture because of wisdom gained as to why certain things happened or had to happen. You also have Syrian emissaries. This is the fourth pile with a star seed card. All of you guys are star seeds, I swear. Dream for the new earth. Time now for a magical life. And who are you becoming spiritually? Well, your Syrian star ancestors are looking at you as their dream for the new earth. There's something you do, some energy you carry, some way you inspire or motivate or love others that is exactly the energy that Syrian star ancestors desired for earth. And they're going to be assisting you now to bring magic into your life, to create the magical life you deserve for being this light on the planet. I do get a lot of, I keep seeing cups and water. So it really gives me an energy that you're very connected to your emotions and to I wanted to say the universe. They show me like the stars. You also have cities of light. Telos, Adama, Inner Earth, Etheric Retreats, and Family of Light. There's just something about you being this light. I just said it before turning this over. So spiritually, I do feel like you're connecting to this energy of the original Eden, the original, the first woman or man. Um, just that Eden feeling. And I do see you being able to offer retreats that heal people, that take place in sacred spaces, that create a family of light. You may even go on a retreat where you bond with people who feel like they are your light family. And I do see some form of retreat or a trip to a sacred site that's going to expand your spiritual growth and actually kind of uh, create a desire to learn about new spiritualities. There's something about you being this beacon of light that stands out to me, like this guide into this energy of light. Many of you in this pile may find that even if your career is not in the realm of spirit guide or healer, that somehow, some way through what you do in your daily life, you're still this beacon. That's deep. And then you have the rune Tiwaz for what cause will call to you in this new cycle. Now Tiwaz is also translates to me the god Tyr. I hope I'm saying it right. Tyr, I believe, is the god of war. And this is the rune of the warrior. So causes that may call to you are ones where you have a real fight on your hands, where there is a challenge in front of people, places, or things, or you, that it could be personal, it could be a social challenge, legal, political, just something that you would have a real fight on your hands to shift mindsets. And you're gonna feel called to these types of causes. They're gonna bring you honor. Um, they're gonna allow you to live your truth and not succumb to opposition. And that is gonna be your cause. Like possibly inspiring or motivating other people to stand up for their truths and not give in to the opposition. So this power here, it feels like you may dip and dab in political issues a lot, religious issues, social issues like the stuff I just mentioned, that you may find that comes up in your work or your daily life in some way, because these are causes where you feel like somebody's back is against the wall, or a majority is able to overthrow a smaller majority, like a minority. And you will feel called to causes where it just seems like the challenge is so great. Like maybe something where it's the people versus the government, where most likely people would see the government as having the upper hand. Your energy will be driven to change that dynamic in some way or encourage people not to worry about that dynamic. Wow. Okay. You're a brave spirit, a warrior spirit. So you are what I would call, they're showing me a spiritual warrior. That's your energy here. You give me a vibe that you can walk that line between light and dark and still maintain who you are. And that is very Powerful, especially moving into the part of the reading that asks, what are your special abilities that have been activated? And I feel like that may have been one of them. Okay. With this question, also, we use the dice. And your dice is a rune dice, so you have 2 runes in your reading. So first, let's look at the cards. What special abilities have been activated as you move into this new cycle? So my pal fours, you have connect with animals. Animal spirit guides, healing, and past pets. So crazy because I just told pal 3 they have a special connection to animal spirit guides. So if you were drawing a pal 3 in any way, you might want to check it out. So yeah, that's a gift that's being enhanced for you. As you move into this new cycle, you may find your bond with your animal spirit guides, with animals in general, bring you healing, and are deeper at this time. So passed on pets, if you've had any, you may feel the connection to them. You may see them show up in, you might see a pet that, animal that looks similar to them. Like sometimes I'll see a stray cat and it'll look exactly like the cats I had. And I'll be like, is that you? That's you. Or a cat that doesn't even look like my cat, but it knows me. So I'm like, okay, I know you. It's going to be those type of experiences. And it's going to be very healing for you in this new cycle to connect to the energy of animals. So you might want to consider getting some kind of pet or making trips to local zoos. Or petting zoos or environments where you can connect to nature. But the animals that live in nature more so. Whew, you might become an animal whisperer of some kind, or you are already. All right, begin writing now. Create, express, and inspire. I was waiting for this card to show up in one of the piles, and it showed up in the pile that was my second choice. Interesting. For those that want to know, my first choice was pile 5, my second choice was pile 4, and my last, like, kind of choice was pile 1. So, yeah. So if you're here with me, this was like my second pile I was drawn to. And if you are a writer of any kind, even if you just journal, this new cycle, your writing ability is going to get a turn up. So if in any way you want to write professionally, or you are meant to write letters or documents that are meant to change the world in some way or be a catalyst for things to happen in your life, that ability is going to increase. So if you're already a good writer, you're about to become a great master writer. And with Mercury here, what you write, people are going to hear. I heard hear. So some of you may be singers, spoken word artists. Maybe you read books to kids. But it's going to be heard and seen, okay, and felt and understood. Embrace your inner gypsy. Freedom, fun, and music. My oldest will kill me for this term gypsy. She's like, it is a slur. So I would just say embrace your inner free spirit. And it's about freedom, fun, and music. So for many of you, I see a gift of dancing, a gift in music increasing at this time, but it's going to be one where you do it your way. With freedom, I feel like you're going to either create your own dance style, dance technique, your own costuming. Some of you here may be into fashion design. That's going to be even more powerful in this new cycle. Your gifts and abilities there. You may also receive special recognition. If you're a musician, I see that being even more increased. And I see many of you doing some of these things just for fun. And this fun, this freedom of expression is going to still be healing for you and other people. Not all of your special gifts are meant for the world. But this one, it does feel like you may have, many of you may get opportunities to travel through a talent in fashion, dance, music, I'm getting, or design of some kind. Um, but it does feel like whatever opportunities this gift opens up to you, they are going to be so much fun. And they're going to leave you freedom to be creative and, most importantly, to be yourself. Okay. move over fortune cookie. And then you also have Ewaz, which translates to mean horse and is the rune of movement, which makes it interesting for you to get a card with people moving and dancing. But this has a lot to do with changing careers, fast movement forward, um, going on journeys, but like local. So you might find that this is a gift that you're going to get to do locally. Like it may start off in your hometown and end up moving all over with this movement rune here. You're going to be moving around a lot. This does really feel like my travelers, my travel pal, and a pal that manifests very quickly. Like things, you're going to see things in this new cycle manifesting very quickly. Things are going to feel like they're moving very fast. I see many of you moving literally or ending up in a career you did not expect as your main career. But yeah, there's going to be a restless energy, and you're going to have this increased ability to make things move and shift and change very quickly. So if you've been told or been having to be patient for many cycles, in this one, you're going to feel like, whoa, 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 slow down. Yeah, that things are going to be just coming in. So, lastly, who is your guide through most, if any, obstacles during this new cycle, and what is their advice? Let me move this old fortune cookie, it's in the way. And that gave me a hit of a message, because one of their main advice before I even reveal them, I'm feeling right now, is being able to release old. Like, why did I have the fortune cookie that's broken up from the previous session still up here? And I cleared the other ones every time, but for your pal, I forgot for some reason. And it's almost like you're being reminded to take care of loose ends before you move into this new cycle, because you got some big things coming in, a lot of things moving fast. So it's necessary for you at this time to take care of the little loose ends, those relationships that might still be hanging on by a thread that need to go, relationships that you need to repair, and relationships that you need to put up some strict boundaries. All right. Now let's see who these guides are. You have Jwal Kul. I hope I'm saying it right. Jwal Kul with divine mission. Wow. Why is it dark? Okay. It says enlightened action, make choices from the heart. So this ascended master, this divine master, will be assisting you with your divine mission, which it seems is going to be activating in this new cycle. It's going to assist you with making choices that are based on your heart's desire and calling, taking actions where you feel enlightened or inspired to, not doing things that you think people will accept or doing things that you think would make others happy, but doing things that make you happy, that come from your heart center. Because in doing that, you will also make yourself happy. And this pal, I'm seeing orange is standing out to me as a color for you. Orange, reds, yellows, like are a color that's going to really empower you in this new cycle. You also have, are they really playing with me? How am I pronouncing this? Vara Yogini. There you go. Vara Yogini. Transcending fear, pal, for wow. And this is fear here, with this fear of the unknown, fear of what's ahead, and not trusting your intuition to just take a leap of faith. But it says facing fear leads to fearlessness. Embrace your power. And this divine master is going to be assisting you in doing just that. Facing fears and transcending them, getting over them. So you're going to be getting pushed a lot by this guide to do things that bring you fear, but that also puts you into your energy of feeling empowered and also come from the heart and are a part of your divine mission. Okay. I'm still getting like a little bit, there's fear around wealth, there's fear around recognition, there's this fear of not being ready. And we are in the energy of you're ready now. That's what this whole reading is about. So this pal here really needed to hear this reading. You're ready, finally. So now you see what you need to do. And their advice for you, we have life path. Ooh, and the Buddha flipped over. So you might have a connection to Buddhist energy or the energy of Buddha. You might want to tap into doing mantras and chants, but mantras and chants is the same thing. Mantras and mudras, I meant. So you have life path as your advice, which is interesting because it really speaks of birthright and connecting to who you were meant to be from birth. And their advice still stands the same. Stick to your vision that you've been carrying in your heart. Make the choices that feel aligned with your divine mission and life path, because that is what is activated for you in this new cycle, my power force. It is your divine mission coming into fruition. And you have to let go of the fears in order to step fully into it. You have to know that you've been guided and covered on this path since birth. And this is a very powerful mission, that all of the things you've gone through, all of the hardships, feeling like an outcast, feeling impoverished, you know, were all to build this wisdom. It was your initiation so that now you can share this wisdom and these experiences and help change the lives of others. But first, you are going to go through this transformation where you are able to forgive these experiences and realize from another perspective, when you're able to see the bigger picture, that it is what helped you become who you are now. And that things that no longer are helping you, you need to let change. And that is what I got for you, my pal fours. I hope this resonated. If it did, give me a thumbs up. If you want to slap me because I forgot your fortune cookie, please refrain. Let's go. Here is your final message, and they've all been so on point, so I don't know how I could forget it. And your final message from your guides, your advice says, getting away for the weekend will help clear your mind. And there you have your first travel advice. There's something for you, though. I see you having an opportunity to get away for a weekend, and this is going to bring you so much clarity moving forward. I feel like where you may be trying to make a choice about movement is going to come clear as to what your next move will be. For some of you, you just need to get away for a minute, you by yourself, where you can clear your mind, and you're going to feel yourself receiving this guidance from your heart as to what to do next. And now I can wrap it up. So if this all resonated, give me a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, remember to subscribe. We're always welcoming in new light workers into this light tribe. Comment so I could connect to your energy even more. And remember to always read the description if you want to know how to book a personal reading, join one of my workshops, find me on my other platforms, and most importantly, join me in person on my upcoming retreat to Guinea, West Africa, on Bonessa Retreat to Guinea into the new year, December 30th, 2025 to January 12th, 2026. I can't wait to meet you all there. And on that note, peace, blessings, and all the goodies that come from being a part of this family of light. And I'll be back with Power 5. But until next time, fours, see ya. Hey, Power 5. I didn't think I was going to make it. Whew, it's been a long day of reads. And finally, I'm at Power 5. This was actually my first choice, pal. So let's see what we got, y'all. We were drawn to spiritual service, and this is read last. Also, the planetary dice and the symbol for the sun as well as the rune Naudis. Okay, and the fortune cookie can wait. First, let me take a sip of water before I jump in. And let's ask your spirit guides and mine to describe this new cycle that you're stepping into. I'm using the transparent oracle, so it may be a little difficult to see when I hold it up. Wow, so this card looks like 3 heads. It's giving me 3 of cups energy, like celebrating and happiness and cups overflowing. But let's not be too hasty, because I'm going to look in the book for these cards. And we have, I know these ain't frogs. I know these are not frog faces, y'all. If you've been following me for a while now, you know that I've been having experiences with frogs to the point where I not only have a gigantic turquoise frog statue, I also have a ring now, and I'm going to put this on, of a frog. Because I kept finding one sitting on my front porch step every freaking time it rained. And I looked to see what this was trying to tell me, and it was telling me transformation. It is time to change, for a change. And I know what it's speaking of because I've been thinking about moving house. So I think it's like that sign that's time for that change. So I don't know if that's what it's representing now, that this new cycle is going to be one that's going to feel totally different and transformed, and nothing like this cycle you're in now. But let's see. I'm going to start with card 76. Wow, it opens straight to the frogs, what I believe to be frogs. But I want to start with the first card. This card is an archetype card, and it is the archetype, the ruler. Wow. No. Wrong card. Sorry, y'all. I know y'all like, what the fudge? You're the nurturer. So these are cups, giving me that cups energy. The direction of this archetype is below. And the keywords that should help describe this new cycle you're stepping into are caring, empathic, selfless, parent, healer, service, and the planet you're connected to through this card is the moon. So this new cycle, pay close attention to the cycles of the moon. If you haven't been already, make sure you are always checking in to my lunar vibes forecast, because it's going to really help you know when to do things, when not to do things, how to make moves in your life. This new cycle, it feels like it's going to be one where you're nurtured as well as a nurturer. So maybe you're a healer in some way, in service to people or children or family members in some way. But I see people caring for you because they see your selflessness. Okay. Those who fit within this archetype will always think of others before themselves and genuinely feel fulfilled through helping others rather than pursuing their own needs. They are humble and compassionate, often being drawn to work that enables their desire to serve others, or they may dedicate themselves to a caring role, such as being a full-time parent. This card is linked to the energy of the Grail, Hollows, and the ancestors. All those grandparents who have gone before, whose wisdom guides us from the underworld. In a reading, this card either shows that you are channeling this archetype. So remember, this is all talking about this new cycle you're moving into. All right. Or it's saying that this energy is around you to support you. What cause do you serve? Who supports your needs? These are things that are going to be evident to you in this new cycle. Okay. Where you're needed most. You'll be able to see with clarity what can be gained by looking at the neighboring card. So let's look at that. Now, when you're in the shadow energy of the nurturer, it's unnecessary self-sacrifice and martyrdom. And that's something that if you've done that in previous cycles, this one, you're not. You're going to be in the light side. All right, so that was direction below. Let's go to card 28. So card 28 is a frog. Your guide, it's a guide, and it is the frog. And it's the direction west. Okay? Keywords that will describe this new cycle. Also, under the guidance of the frog energy, is healing again, sensitivity, motherhood. Wow, so much with parenting. Are you all, some of you may end up having a child in this new cycle, or adopting, or becoming a teacher of children, but there's something with kids and being like a parenthood, a parenthood, being a parent. All right. This also speaks of luck, metamorphosis, and partnership. So many of you will be coming together with like minded energies to collaborate on works. Some of you may be getting married, but it's a huge metamorphosis that you're going through, a huge change. Now, the frog has many varied associations in different cultures, from being a sign of good fortune in China to an incarnation of evil in Persian beliefs. What? Wow. Okay. However, if we look at the real qualities that a frog possesses, then we may narrow down this baffling array of symbolic options into something more tangible. All right. When we consider that frogs produce an incredible number of spawn, we can easily see why this guide has been so associated with childbirth and creation myths throughout history. Oh, and they're talking about the transformation of the spawn from egg to fully developed is extraordinary. And yes, it is. All right. Blah, 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 blah. All right. Frogs' ability to exist both in and out of water may explain the association with good fortune. It also, I want to add, explains adaptation. The ability to adapt, the ability to be light and dark, or be that fine line. You may have been drawn to Power 4, which also has that kind of energy as well. If you were, you might want to check it out. But it has the ability, that luck, to be able to exist in and out of water. That's two different environments, and that's something that you also will have moving into this new cycle. So if we can always make the best of any situation, we will always consider ourselves to be fortunate. And I feel like in this new cycle, you are going to really be fortunate. Like, I just see fortune and luck coming in, and I see a lot of helping hands. Maybe you don't really ask for help. Maybe you haven't received a lot of assistance for things you do or done, but it's coming in. A lot of partnerships and good luck. So let's see. When this card is combined, the other card is from the bottom or below. Sorry, that's cards from above. All right. So Frog is an exceptional guide in the healing waters of the underworld. These energies will be emphasized when this card is combined with below. So it does feel like your connection to the underworld, that's the dead, the ancestors, the spirit realm of the ancestors, all right, is going to be very healing for you to connect to them. So I do see like spiritual cleansings being very fulfilling for you. Many of you here may also have a connection to Egypt, Greece, or to the Hindu religion. If you feel called to any of those, they could have been past lifetimes or current connections. And by looking further into these things, you might gain some extra wisdom, all right, about your new cycle. And we ain't done. Let's look at the tarot. What else about this new cycle that Power 5 is stepping into? Can you tell us? Princess of Pentacles. So this is like the page. Princess of Cups. Page of Cups. Okay. Four of Pentacles did come through reversed. Seven of Cups also came through reversed. And the Knight of Pentacles. A lot of people energy here. So it does make me feel like this new cycle, you are going to be going from possibly feeling like you're doing things alone to feeling like people start coming in. I do see opportunities to make money, opportunities to get a message or something out into the world for many of you, if that's what you desire. I see you being someone who's offering love and light into the world. It's like what you send out is going to be coming back to you. I see you getting a lot of people who are younger than you feeling drawn to you, or maybe they're younger. What the hell just happened? Okay, Pal 5, let me tell you what the hell happened. While I was doing your reading, apparently my phone was on like 4% energy. And instead of giving me a warning, I guess it did give me a warning. And the warning was the screen went dark and I couldn't see the cards. I thought the phone died and just shut off. That's why I freaked out, because I'm filming with my phone. I have a camera, but I don't like the way the film comes up. Doesn't look clear enough for me. But anyway, when I stopped everything, I see the phone is still on. It's just low battery. So remember, I was in the middle of telling you you're going to be getting back energy you put out. Well, pal, freaking 5. How much energy are you putting out? Your battery is running low. And I remembered how when I started this pal, I said I'm surprised I made it, meaning I was already pushing my energy. It just gives me a vibration that these prior cycles you have been, I don't know, putting in work or giving a lot, maybe of your money, of your compassion, of your love to many, many people, not just one specific person. Some of you maybe just to the earth in general, to animals, and it's like whatever you've been doing, whoever you take care of, even if it's just you, your energy is low. And I had to stop and replenish mine. Like go get water, sit for a minute. I played PlayStation. I played Uno like 3 times. And I was winning, y'all. I won all them times. But anyway, all that is to say you need some downtime. And this new cycle, I feel like you're gonna have more opportunities being offered to you that are almost gonna be mixed with your passion. Like her hand to her heart just makes me feel like she's prosperous and making money or offering an opportunity to make money based off of where the heart is being guided, what feels good. I was also expressing how these could also be you dealing with younger spirits. And that's meaning humans in this world who aren't as old as you in lifetimes. And perhaps in some way, shape, or form, either you work with them or they help you or you're helping them. With the 4 of Pentacles here, and you have the Swan twice, which lets me know you going through or have been through. Yeah, you have been through a huge transformation, like a huge transformation. You're not even the same person you used to be. Like people who knew you back in the day would probably see you now and be like, oh my God, you're not to say you were an ugly duckling, but in spirit, you weren't in your full energy yet. Like people might look at you and say they always saw this in you, but now it's going to be like, wow, look at Pal 5. And it's just so interesting to have a swan twice. You need to look up swans and see what that will mean for you. Whatever comes up via Google, that's your message. But you're also connected to them as an animal spirit. Birds seem to be your thing, and creatures that can be in water and earth, creatures that are adaptable. And look at the swan. It's also in water and can be on the earth. So that's very interesting about your animal spirit guides. They seem to represent transformation and adaptability. Unbelievable. Wow. Okay, a lot of watery energy here though. I feel like you're very it's like, I don't know. This pal gives me a Gaia feeling, like a Mama Earth energy or Father Sky vibe. We have the sun energy twice, with you having the sun as your representative planet in this reading. You also have the sun here and a dragonfly, which represents the dream state, illusion, or visions. And with the Four of Pentacles, it's like I feel like this new cycle, you're going to be valued and you're going to know your worth because you're going to value yourself first and balance. This is a representation of the element, and it's like you're going to be balanced in the energy, in your energy, in your light. Sorry, I have a hole in my mouth. But it's like seeing your vision become a reality. But I'm also feeling like others are going to be really seeing your value and your worth. They're going to see the love and the light you pour into the world and into people. And you are really going to see a new beginning with this crescent moon here. It's just like new energy coming in for you. And you have the Seven of Cups here, which was reversed. So it lets me know this new cycle, you're going to have many, many, many choices and options to make that I feel like you might procrastinate out of fear of making wrong choices. Maybe these are going to be options that were in your past, that you had, the choices you had in your past, where you felt like you took a wrong turn, but you never make a wrong turn. You might make a delay or whatever, but no wrong turns. You were meant to go through these experiences for whatever reason. Now, in this new cycle, you might find yourself faced with a lot of old choices, maybe exes returning, maybe old jobs, bosses, locations to live, family members. It's just a lot of things that your heart is connected to, that you have love for. And by making no choice, you're still making a choice in the sense of the Seven of Cups in reverse. So the objective is to choose with no fear. And I think you're going to be in this new cycle, you're going to find that you're going to have to make uncomfortable choices in order to soar, in order to have your joy and your happiness. With the Knight of Pentacles, some of you may be making a choice as to a lover or a career. Whatever it is, it's something that took time because the Knight of Pentacles moves slow. So whatever this option, this choice is in your new cycle that you do make, it's going to be something that you worked on, even if it's a relationship. It's something that you worked on, that you took time to perfect, and now it's going to show up fully, full grown and ready. All right. It's like going from the young pentacles to the more matured. All right. Whew, pal five. So, what do you need to do now, and what lesson will this cycle focus on for my pal fives? So, this cycle's lesson will focus on, it says led by dream. And I did say the dream state and illusion with the dragonfly. Hmm. Hmm. It's almost giving me an energy of really holding the vision. Your lesson this cycle is going to be what you focus on, you manifest. Or like, if you follow your dreams in your heart, you're going to see change happen in your life. But I'm going to get to that. Now, what do you need to do right now? It says, when a witch must drink their brew. It's almost like giving me the energy of experiencing what you put together, something you created, something you manifested, now coming into your reality for you to experience. And it's almost like accepting what you created, not being afraid of it all coming together. Well, that's what I'm getting. I'll check the book, of course. For this deck, I like to read the book. It's one of those decks that I do. The Dreamweaver's Oracle, for those that are interested. I'm knocking other books down. Okay, so this is card number 9. Number of transformation and completion. All right, so the essential meaning of this card is being unapologetically comfortable in who you are, trusting and knowing your own magic, being authentic and inspired, the courage to own your values and who you are, not succumbing to the spell of society. Yes, when all that you are, all that you put together, all that you've created, all that you've become is finally ready, and now you must step into it. So they're asking, do you trust in your own magic? Because that's what you need to do now. They literally say you should. There's no one like you, and your essence is brimming with life force and purpose unique to you. This is your magic elixir. So drink it down and cast off what doesn't serve you. Being fully yourself is what's required of you right now. Nothing less will do. Yes, it takes courage to cast off the spell of society with all its expectations, manipulations, and restrictions to claim your true expression. So, what you're getting rid of now is your worry, because they're asking you, are you worrying about the consequences? Like, what if you don't fit in? And that may be issues with you struggling with making choices and decisions, worrying about consequences, fear of, repeating something. These are times when a new world is being birthed. Your truest note in the symphony of life can only be played by you. This is how you serve the whole world in harmony with others to create the sweetest music. This is a time for you to ask yourself what is truly authentic to you, what is in or out of alignment with your values. So, what do you need to do now? Adjust your life where you need to, for this is a profound time to stand up, shine, and be seen. Drink in your magic, share it with the world, and be bold. When a witch must drink their brew, they are at a profound moment to own their own magic, just like you. You were born for these times. Oh my God, Pal 5. It's almost like your guides are telling you this is the cycle you've been preparing for your entire life. This is the cycle you were born for. That's why there's so much coming your way. So many energies here that want to give, that want to support. And then you have the energy with this dove here, which always represents Christ-like divine energy and messenger of spirit. So that's where you need to look to when you have these choices to make. Connect to your heart and to spirit. So the lesson, and that almost sounds like it was mixed like a lesson almost as well, but led by dream. I pause when inner signals, a conscious or intuitive slowing down, rhythm, attention, and subtle sensing. In what situations do I feel the need to stop? What do I feel when I lose my usual rhythm? And I really think that's going to be a real goody lesson for you in this new cycle. Paying attention to your inner signals. This is a power where I do feel like you ignore inner signals, like when it's time to go, when something is done, when you might have a lot of fear in making choices, when your intuition is telling you you need to do something. Now, I was just talking about burnout and feeling exhausted. That's also talking about intuitively knowing when to slow down, knowing how to get into the rhythm, or when your energy is at that level where you can be in a flow, and paying attention to when your energy needs to be removed from a space, place, situation, or somebody face. All right, knowing when to pause. These are the things that you'll be focusing on in this new cycle. All right. You have such an interesting pal. Okay, let's see who you are becoming spiritually and what cause will call to you. And for your cause, you have the rune. This is Ingus. Nowadays. Sorry. You have the rune nowadays. I'm not gonna be able to see it that good. I was stupid, and with my first set of runes, I ordered sunstone crystal runes, and I'm thinking like the company gonna make them like this, flat, something I can lay flat. No, they literally put them on little chunks and pieces of sunstones. So like I got some that are flat, some that got like a hook on the back. This one won't lay flat. It's on its side. So I couldn't even like if I wanted to read reversals, like this would be difficult because it lays on its side. It's weird. All right. Anyway, I don't know why I went into that whole explanation. I don't know why. All right. Maybe it's getting late. Okay. So, who are you becoming spiritually, my Pal Fives? Dolphin energy connected to you for sure. Unlock your gifts. Sacred gifts, energy, senses, pure love is the key. And I really do feel for this pal, there are some sacred gifts, gifts that are extended from past lifetimes, from star ancestors that are covering you from times you spent in other dimensions and other just universes. Because if you think the Milky Way, like our universe, is the only one that exists in space, then your thinking is a little limited for this time. At this point, you should be well aware of the other energies in this vast universe, and if not, start connecting, because a lot of your sacred gifts are going to be rising to the surface at this time at levels of mastery. With unlock your gifts, it's like these are gifts you've honed. This key looks so old, and it's like these are gifts you honed, and unlocking now means you're unlocking another level. And I do see for some of you, you're going to be attracting in some collaborations. And yeah, really your energy is going to like attract others, and you're going to really be able to sense other people's energy. That's a spiritual gift that's truly getting enhanced at this time. Whatever calls to your heart, like remember this heart, something with your heart center. Whatever calls to your heart is the key. And I do feel like the sound of the ocean, being by the ocean, hearing birds, these are things that are calming and soothing to your soul, and also enhance spiritual gifts. Maybe put you in a state of meditation, or one that induces like you to daydream or visualize. Now, there was a net flying around earlier and it went away. It was only present during one of the earlier pals. If you chose that pal as one of your pals, then you know about it. It now showed up again. So it lets me know that this is another pal where your spiritual up leveling, your you really standing in your light, in your gifts, really expressing yourself from your heart may have been stifled at times by somebody that tried to block your blessings. Because for the other pal, the net landed, it was like being a pest, like I just wanted to smash it. But in this one, it kind of scared me. It just flew in my face. And I feel like you might have had people who tried to make you afraid to pursue certain things, or been in communities where you had to be afraid of your beliefs or hobbies, or just something to that extent where you might have been judged a lot and might have been put in a space of fear when it comes to truly unlocking your gifts and being in that energy of pure love that you are. And you have to realize that that can trigger some people. And maybe you've heard that before, that maybe you trigger people sometimes. But if these people are truly in alignment with you will trigger healing in them. You will trigger their light, their best self to come forward, and they won't feel triggered by you in a negative, unhealthy way. And any trigger, honestly, that you give in someone, that you cause in someone, is not going to be a negative one. It's one that they need to look at and face and try to figure out, why the hell am I triggered by somebody who comes with this energy of pure love? Okay. Okay. Lemurian guide. Every pile had a literal star ancestor come through. And yours is straight up letting you know that you have Lemurian guidance on your side. You literally have a star ancestor of Lemuria that is working closely with you at this time to help you enhance spiritual gifts. It says sister, friend, teacher of infinite universal love. And that, I feel, my dear Power Fives, is the energy you're being prepared to be in spiritually in this new cycle. That sister energy, that friend of everyone, somebody who can what's the word? Who can emanate, not like, that wasn't the word I was looking for, but like, that just radiates, yeah, the energy of love and light, of universal love, where everyone feels comfortable around you. And maybe before you felt like, oh my God, like I trigger everyone. In this new cycle, you'll feel more like you found your people. And your people, what I'm hearing is, most importantly, your people will feel a relief of having found you. You may find in this new cycle, you meet a lot of people who are going to express a lot of gratitude to you. I see you really being valued. So, a lot of people wanting to give to you for things that you do purely from love, from a place of love. I do feel this pal needs to learn to receive more. And that's probably why you're going to have some increased experiences in this new cycle in receiving. Um, yeah, teacher of infinite universal love. Somehow in your life, in some way, you are becoming a teacher of universal love, of infinite universal love. And that could be just through how you live your life. Does not have to be a career. But for many of you in this pile, it is a part of your life's purpose, mission, and calling. You are meant to return people to this Lemuria earth. If y'all know what that means, y'all got Google, or go on Amazon and get a book. All right. And you also have, you're becoming spiritually an indigo child. And this is something that you had to have been from birth. It says inspire, heart, dialogue, action, passion, and community. You have gotten so much confirmation that your heart, your your heart is very important in your life mission. You're meant to inspire. You're a very divine feminine energy. Even if you are a masculine, your energy comes off very nurturing and kind and compassionate, and not very aggressive and forceful. I do feel like you in this new cycle spiritually are going to really be able to connect to a lot of like minds. Maybe you'll find that you work primarily with feminine energies, or you assist people in balancing those energies of feminine and divine. But there's just something about radiating love and that third eye chakra and crown. I'm seeing the throat also being highlighted here. So what you say, how you connect to source, the messages you receive, all coming from the heart. That's who you're becoming spiritually. And action. You're going to be taking action when it comes to creating a community of infinite universal love. Pure love is the key. Universal love, heart is just a very loving energy you are awakening into. Wow. Wow, Pal 5. All right. So, a cause, get me emotional. A cause that you are going to feel called to focus on in this new cycle. I'm sorry, y'all. One of my locks keeps falling in my face and it has a crystal tied to it. It is hitting me in the face. It's citrine, and it's a crystal that does attract fortune, prosperity, and joy into your life. So perhaps this pile citrine is going to be a real good crystal to keep on you or close to you at this time, because damn it if it don't stop slapping me in the face and I keep sticking it back in the bun and it keeps falling right back out. So I felt I had to mention it to you guys. But anyway, the cause that you will be possibly feel the cause that you will possibly feel called to in this new cycle. All right, so you have the rune Naudis, which means need, and it's the rune of constraint. It warns of hardship and constraint. You're gonna feel called to help people that are in positions of suffering where they just feel like there's no way out, that there's nothing they can do about their situation. You're going to feel called to assist people out of karmic, challenging situations, possibly ones that you've gone through, that you've healed from. It's like you're going to show people that if they face the issues that they're ignoring, if they shift how they look at them, shift their perception of how things are happening, it's almost this Eight of Swords energy. You're going to be feeling pulled to help people or inspire or motivate people in some way who feel like they're stuck. And you're going to be the one that shows them they're not. That, yeah, you might have had hardships and yeah, you might have had issues that made you feel restricted, but there is something you can do about it. You might help a lot of people clear karma, in karmic partnerships, get out of toxic relationships. There's something about you wanting to help people see that, all right, I'm hearing this song in my head, Life is What You Make It. So that's a song that I don't know if you know it, if it inspires you in any way, but you should look it up. It goes it's an old song from like the 80s and 90s, I think. Life is what you make it. So happy, my dear. Try to make it. I know that you will. Life is what you make it. Okay, anyway, because I'll sing that whole joint in my horrible after 10 p.m. voice and drive y'all nuts. So let me shut myself up. But y'all get it. Y'all get my point. All right. All right. Bring it back, Amina. So the next question is, what special ability has been activated for you now as you step into this new cycle? And we're going to bring your dice in also to interpret this question, and 3 oracle cards. I keep looking around. I'm like, I didn't bring no water over here for me. Mouth is getting dry. All right. Special abilities that have been activated. You have Balance yourself with direction, growth, and life stages. Go after your goals. Persist, encourage, advance. Oh, God, that gives me the masculine energy of this action indigo card. Another spiritual warrior pal. But I mean, if this pal feels like they've been through it already. Move your body. Dance, breathe, flow. I literally told the same thing, I believe, to pal 4. So if you were drawn to pal 4 in any way, they also got a card that was similar vibes of needing to move, to dance. So special abilities here that have been activated are very obvious. First off, the ability to transform your life, to get your life into balance, to find direction and clarity. Um, yeah, to follow the cycles of life, to take each stage, each step at a time. And I do feel like you're going to be more balanced in this cycle. That is going to really be enhanced in you. And you might even be able to help others in finding their direction, which way they want to go, what inspires them, and how they can transform and renew themselves as well. Your special ability, this has always been activated in you, my Power Fives, to go after your goals. It's just an aura you carry with you, especially coming through with the sun. Um, You're fierce. You go after just what you want. You're a leader. You do your thing. A lot of people follow you. A lot of people in this new cycle will look to your guidance and will have a lot of respect for what you've been through. See you as very courageous and strong. I do see this pal sharing your story about being persistent, because the card also says persist, encourage, advance. And it's like through your persistence, you also in turn encourage others and make progress. It's almost like you're building this army of like spiritual warriors. Um, this pal, you could be working with children or with adults. I feel like you could work with men or women. However, it does feel like you are really in a feminine energy yourself. You really, at this time, are in this beautiful, nurturing, mothering energy. But at the same time, you're so grounded in the masculine, too. It's like it, it's time to take action, but not with force, is what I'm hearing. With grace and more gentleness, not aggression. And your ability to go after and conquer obstacles, um, to reach your goals is going to be so much easier in this coming cycle. Like you look like you've been through it, but you don't look like you ain't got no blood on you. You looking pretty good, and you look like y'all are at the threshold. Like, okay, either you just arrived and you like, we're about to be like, charge. But he just looks like he been holding that axe for a minute. So it just gives me the energy like we done did our thing. We're looking over at what we got now. We're about to get, you know, our riches or reach whatever the goal was. You have this special ability to set your sight on something and manifest it or go after it and get it. Wow. All right. You also have move your body, dance, breathe, flow. So if you didn't know you could dance before, or you didn't know that moving your body felt good to you, or maybe other people watching you dance, teaching other people to dance, taking a yoga class, teaching yoga, uh, all of these things, teaching breath work, guiding visualizations. I'm not saying you're going to do all of them, but these are things that are going to be abilities that will be enhanced within you that you already have within you. So you're being advised to flow. Like whatever opportunities come in, that is the direction that that's the direction that source is pointing you in. Flow at this time and make sure you are staying physically active. With this sun energy coming in, you're getting a boost with creativity, you're getting a boost in ego in a good way, feeling good about yourself, finally valuing what you bring to the table. Accepting happiness and not always worrying that it's not going to last. New beginnings are coming in for you. You're going to have influence in areas like that you didn't before, that you deserved, but now it's time. Yeah. Your outer self is going to be shining through. I'm seeing a lot of physical attractiveness as well. Especially if you're mature age, I'm seeing you looking still really good. Um, but yeah, you're going to have this ability to influence people to by choosing to follow your heart and manifest your great, visions and stuff. You in turn are going to inspire others. And some of you may literally teach. Okay. But I do see a lot of students here, and any teacher that's not still a student shouldn't be teaching anyway. But I do see a lot of people here that are going to be constantly finding themselves learning something new, expanding yourself spiritually. And that is going to keep your special gifts activating or leveling up. All right. Let's move to the last question. Who is the guide for Power 5 or the guides through most, if any, obstacles during this new cycle, and what's their advice? So, their advice is this card here, and let's see also what else they're helping you with and who they are in this cycle. So, the first one coming through is Buddha. I knocked over the Buddha. Was it this group? I can't remember now. I knocked over the Buddha and I said y'all might be connected to Buddha or Buddhist energy too. I don't know if it was y'all or the other group. I did 5 pounds, y'all. I can't remember now. I don't be remembering my readings by the end of them anyways, like I'm in some kind of trance. But this is heightened awareness. Make peace with your thoughts and your world. So connecting to Buddha's energy, possibly maybe meditating, chanting mantras, learning hand mudras. This is more heart energy here. And really taking time to go within and find peace within. Being aware of the things that you're thinking and being aware of your surroundings and making peace with where you are. I'm also feeling like just, oh my gosh, this card is like radiating to me. Golds and yellows and reds for this pile. Wear those colors. But I also see pastels being something that makes you feel really peaceful. But I just see you comfortable in oranges and reds when you want to connect to ancestral energy. And ascended masters, like when you wear golds and earth tones. But yeah, getting more centered in this new cycle, really being conscious of what you think, what you say, and how much time you spend going within, calming your thoughts and stuff, and validating your emotions, being really aware. Self aware is what I'm hearing at this time. Um, you also have Gaia. Yo, did I call this pal Gaia? I said Mama Gaia energy. Was this pal? Was it this pal? Please write it in the comments if you chose pal 5. Yo, if it was this pal, that's crazy. All right. So you got Gaia. Yeah. Resilient spirit. Baby, the storm is over. A rainbow is here. Earth connection, stay rooted in trust and faith. You are so resilient. Like, that's what I get from here with persist. You have to be resilient to be persistent. To persist. My goodness. Earth connection. So you are just like this earthly being. You've been on this planet many times, but you've also originated maybe in other solar systems and stuff, or other stars and other dimensions of Earth. And it feels like this one was a rough time for you, and now you're getting like some cleansing, some healing coming in, and Gaia, Mama Earth, is going to be giving you that love because of this connection you have to the planet. And she's going to be assisting you, or at least guiding you to stay rooted in trust and faith as you always have been. Notice how they both have their eyes closed. This new cycle, whereas maybe in the previous one, you spent a lot of time kind of keeping your true light within and spending a lot of time maybe giving your energy towards others, shining your light on others. This new cycle, the light is going to be on you. And all you're going to be doing is like just what the cards say, making peace with your thoughts in your world. Spending some time loving who you have grown into. Enjoying the process for once instead of feeling like the process is playing with you, you know? All right. And their advice, you have spiritual service. I feel like if that's what you feel guided towards giving in a spiritual way, Lightworker, then do so. But this is the only pal, and it's not because I chose it. It's not because I chose this pal as my first choice. Well, it could be, who knows? But who cares? If you chose this pal, we good. Um, I just feel like I want to see a little bit more. So it says, self-doubt could be a habit that is hard to break. It can slow down your spiritual progress and the fulfillment of your life purpose. Ultimately, it won't stop you, but it can make your progress seem more challenging. It's easier to fulfill your purpose when you acknowledge your own goodness and talent and do what you love to the best of your ability. Realize that you are enough, that your work is good, and that you have something of value to offer. It is time to let go of fear of failure, concern about your ability, and your right to live a happy and fulfilled life of success. The universe believes in you. Okay, I meant to read more, but whoa, that almost felt like, and Ashe, Amen, I mean the end. But the first sentence also called to me, and it says, you are being called to service beyond that which you have accomplished thus far. That is because you are ready, capable, and willing to step up to another level of spiritual responsibility and freedom. Your mind, however, may question your ability. You may be afraid that you cannot perform well enough, that you're not skilled or experienced enough, that you're not as good as others, or that you do not have enough value to offer. And I could have sworn I said something to that extent about feeling like you're not ready. Could have been another pal. I don't know. But these are nothing more than wounded beliefs about your self-worth. And it's time to recognize this wounding and not empower these beliefs as truths anymore. Be kind to your mind, and you have made peace with your thoughts. Wow. It will be happier without such beliefs. You could free yourself from the pain they cause and become more realistic about your gifts and your potential. Now it is time for you to trust love more than your wounds. Love, 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 love with this pal. I swear to you. Y'all must be some really loving, loving hearts, because sometimes I feel like I walk that line of light, but I feel like this dove. Like, I can also be in the dark side of the moon and still be my light, you know? But y'all energy just comes off like light and brights. All right, anything else I feel drawn to read from here? If at any time you find yourself blocked by fear or performance anxiety, it can be helpful to release these blocks by simply asking yourself how you could best serve the greater good at this time. The answer to this question will never be to shrink back in fear. It will always be to choose belief over doubt. It will be to move ahead, to take the opportunity offered to you as a vote of confidence from the universe. This realization will bring you peace of mind so you can resume your progress and share what you have with the world. I think I need to finish just reading it to you. If you have been working hard, taking opportunities that have come to you, and are still feeling as though you are not quite where you wish to be in terms of fulfilling your life purpose and divine destiny, you are now asked to acknowledge all that you have attained so far. Acknowledge all the people you have assisted in your own special way, all the positive influence of love that you have added to the collective human soul through your willingness to take your spiritual journey, open your heart, and care about life on earth. Your spiritual service has been noticed by the spiritual worlds, and you will be empowered to serve in increasingly beautiful ways. Your service is already successful and will only increase in potency, power, and peace. Now we could say, Amen, Amin, Asheo. And whatever else y'all say to close things out, so be it, and it is so. And before I fully wrap it up, I'm going to give you your final advice from this fortune cookie. Oh my God. That was deep. That was deep. Oh, this was hard to open. The heck? You want to hear your fortune? You scared? It's going to be good. Everybody had goodies. All right, so your fortune says you will bring sunshine into someone's life. Yes, you do got that sun symbol. Oh my God, didn't I call y'all Miss Light and Bright or Mr. Light and Brights? You will bring sunshine into someone's life. This is from your guides, and they're letting you know that you have a higher purpose. And even if you feel like, it's hasn't arrived in the way you want it to yet, it is. But it begins with you. It begins with you. Sensing when you need to slow down, sensing when you need to get back into the rhythm of things. And right now it's time to get back into the rhythm of things if you're not. Because this cycle is coming in. And that is what I got for you, my pal fives. I hope this resonated with you. If it did, y'all, please give me a thumbs up. Likes do count here on YouTube. On Facebook, I don't be caring. But here I'm like, yeah, come on. Come on. We want to keep this channel going. If you love the work I do and you have not subscribed yet, then please do that too. We're always welcoming new light workers. My goal still, since I began this channel, if you go all the way back to my old videos, I'm saying hashtag 1 million light workers. And that is still my goal, to get 1 million light workers subscribed. Let's go. We at 25G. We could do it. So subscribe and share and comment, because when you do that, I can vibe with your energy more, and you might feel like these readings are a lot more personally connected to you. Um, Last but not least, as always, I have to remind you to read the description. I don't do the description for nothing, y'all. That it's really a pain in the ass. I wish I didn't have to do that and I could just post a video, but it also assists with the algorithm. And it does give me a spot where I can tell y'all what I got going on. So check it out. It'll let you know how to book personal readings, how to join upcoming workshops, the other platforms like my private Facebook group. You need to be a member there if you're here, because that's where I do a lot of free workshops. And I actually have a workshop I'm starting soon, a spiritual cleansing journey I do every year, but this one might be a little different. Anyway, read the description, okay? Read the description. I got me rambling on and on. I lost my train of thought, but whatever. Oh, most important, if you read the description, you could find out how you could join me in person. How could I forget that? You could join me in person in Guinea, West Africa from December 30th, 2025 to January 12th, 2026. You don't want to miss it. Bonessa means peace. Journey to Guinea, West Africa into the new year. And yeah, read the description. Go to the website. It'll tell you how you can sign up. We aren't closing the doors until all of the rooms are full, or until we hit November 1st, whichever comes first. On that note, I'm sending you so much light and love in your journey, peace, blessings, and all the good things in life that come from being a part of this family of light. And on that note, if I said that one more time, all right, y'all. Love y'all. Until next time. Bye.